You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
Well, the point he's making is he haven't been to the border. And he could still make the same point today, by the way. And you still haven't been to the border. You've been to Texas, but not to Europe. so don't forget about that.
Oh, she's got to work on those COVID issues.
She was asked, by the way, why now to go to the border. Again, she didn't really go to the border. She went to Texas. But she was asked about why now. Cut 36. Roll that, G.
How did you decide that right now was the right time to make your first trip to the border?
Well, it's not my first trip. I've been to the border many times.
As the person in charge of the response.
So, the important aspect of this visit is leading this visit after the work that we did in Guatemala and Mexico. Because as I've long said, I said back in March I was going to come to the border, so this is not a new plan. But the reality of it is that we have to deal with causes and we have to deal with the effects. So being in Guatemala, being in Mexico, talking with Mexico as a partner, frankly, on the issue, was about addressing the causes. And then coming to the border at the advice and actually the invitation of the Congresswoman is about looking at the effects of what we have seen happening in Central America. And so I'm glad to be here. It was always the plan to come here. And I think we're going to have a good and productive day.
She's got nothing here.
Yeah.
She's just got nothing. That's the bottom line.
You notice as soon as the question was asked, it was a struggle. She's like, "All right, how do I?"
Yeah, she tries to correct them right away. I've been to the border. Well, not since you were appointed the smartest person in the world to handle this. You haven't, and you're nowhere near where the action is or where the problems are. And everything you're saying, by the way, the Trump administration was dealing with, and it was working fine. I heard her say something today. Said, "Well, we kind of inherited a tough situation." Well, no, it was tough for the people trying to cross the border. It was who it was tough.
Yeah,
it wasn't tough for you. You guys have screwed it up.
Yeah, all you had to do was nothing. You didn't have to touch anything. It was working already. It's that old saying: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
it should be: if it ain't broke, don't break it. Because that's what you ended up doing. You went ahead and broke something that was working fine.
Yeah, a couple other things while she was down there. This is the kind of delusion, but this is the perfect example of they don't need to be truthful because the media is there. They gallop it up, and then they just regurgitate it to you every night for the next 24 hours. Here's Secretary Mayorkas. He's down there, and now I gave you the numbers. They're not my numbers. They're not, Rush Limbaugh's numbers. They weren't his numbers. They're not Mark Levin's numbers. They're not Ben Shapiro. They're the Department of Defense's numbers, I believe, is what I gave you what the border crossings are. So it's not like they're up for debate or up for ideology and who's making them up. The crossings are at the highest numbers we've ever seen.